Today I'm going to talk about content batching. I'm going to talk about what it is, how to do it, and what the benefits are of doing it. I'm Selena Guerrero, founder of Consistent Clients Accelerator, where we help service providers, consultants, coaches, experts accelerate their time to generating clients consistently for their business. And in my world, the only way to generate clients is consistently. Content batching is an important piece of that. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what most people are doing in their businesses to generate content for their businesses, okay? And it's usually, and this, let me know in the comments if this sounds familiar to you, a weekly production schedule, okay? A weekly production schedule. So what that means is, let's just say this is month 1 and this is month 2, okay? And in any given month, there's roughly 4 weeks, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, now tell me if this is familiar to you. Basically, what you're doing is you are creating this, in this week, you're creating content for the following week, and then for the following week, and then for the following week, which means that every single week you are frantically running around trying to figure out what you're going to create and uploading it, and trying to do that amidst a lot of other responsibilities like working with clients, doing your admin, doing your accounting, everything else in your life. And so it becomes something that often gets deprioritized because in many cases our clients come first and then it eventually kind of ends up at the bottom of the list. So this situation here causes some issue. So what we want to try to think about is what would happen if we did a monthly production schedule. Okay, let me do this. So let's say we do a monthly content production schedule. Okay. And again, let's do the same thing. This is month 1 and this is month 2. Okay. And again, there's 4 weeks typically. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in month 2. Okay. So what I do, which I used to do this and I used to be really frantic. But now I've gone from a weekly production to a batching, meaning we're doing a lot of content at once. And so what I personally do now is the 3rd week of every month, whether any month, I am doing the content for the following month. Okay? So on this one single day, this day, I am creating content for all of the 4 weeks in the next month. And that's the same thing in this. So the 3rd week, I'm doing content for all 4 weeks. Again, this is assuming you're sharing content on a weekly basis, right? Now, I'm going to break this down into sort of how you're going to do that, what's going to happen on this day. But I want to just share something. When you're doing that, what that means is that all these other weeks, I'm sitting back, I'm relaxing. Now, maybe 75% of my content is already pre-created and content batch and scheduled using my email marketing tool or my social media marketing tool. I'm scheduling that ready to go. 25% is still, ongoing, more spontaneous interaction with my community, whether it's lives or whether it's answering messages in social media, whatever that looks like for you. And so if you're actually looking at this, the intense piece is only 1 week. And it's usually, for me, it's 1 to 3 days of that week. For me, it's Monday to Tuesday, Monday through Wednesday. Now, how much time it takes you to do a full month of content really depends on how much content you're producing, right? If you're only doing 1 email a week, that's one thing. If you're doing 3 emails and, 8 posts a week, social media posts on 10 different channels, and you're doing 3 videos, and, that's going to look something different, okay? But let's just say 1 to 3 of those days for me is kind of where I sit. And the rest of the time, these other months here, again, anytime I have an idea, because that's usually when the ideas come, I write it down on my phone. I have like either notes or Notion, or you can use a Google Doc, a Google Sheet. It doesn't matter. You just need one place. And so all the other remaining weeks, you're writing down ideas so that when you get to that third week of every month, you already have a list of 10 things, and you're going to come up with 3 good ones, and you're going to come up with, let's say, 1 more for that week. Okay. So for the 4 weeks. Okay. So now the other thing I want to say is the reason that I do it the third week is just in case I get super busy and I have something really, really pressing that comes up. I really try not to let that happen. But if that happens, I always have 1 more week in the month to prepare before I go into the following month. And this literally has changed my life. Since I mentioned the 1 to 3 days, let me walk you through a little bit of what that kind of looks like. So day 1, let's just say this is on a Monday, and it depends on what else you have going on each of these days, whether you're doing some sort of time blocking and organizing your schedule and how much control you have over your schedule. But let's just say day 1, I will typically define my topics, already go to that list that I've been creating over the prior 3 weeks. Get the topics down, and then I will basically do drafts, okay, for email, video, my social posts, and get it like 75 or 80% there, okay? I don't try to get to 100. This is already a lot of work. It's like a lot of deep thinking, a lot of sort of outlining and making sure I have conceptually what I want to share. And then on day 2, I do the final, writing for everything, and then I schedule, okay, like emails, posts, and so on, okay? And then if I'm doing videos, which I do, you may not be doing videos, that's the day that I would then film, which again takes a little bit extra effort in terms of getting, the lighting and getting dressed and making sure that I am all set up to do that. And then I also video, and I upload, okay, or schedule, okay? So there you go, okay? So now what are the benefits of this? This is really the important part that I hope you'll really, really take home. The benefits are kind of like life-changing. Okay, so number 1 is time, okay? Time. I'm saving time because every time I have to get the camera out and I have to, get my situation set up here with my mic and my scripts and everything. It takes time. And to do that setup, every once a week takes more time, right? Rather than just do one setup and one breakdown. Oh, that's my dog. Sorry. It's going to be better just to do that once, right? Okay. So then the other benefit is really quality. And the reason that I say quality is because when you're trying to do this situation here, every week, find some time, get settled in, come up with an idea, upload, you're doing a lot of different activities, and rather it's better to have some sort of some focused time to figure out what you want to do and do multiple emails at once. Especially if you have a team, you can all be together and get it done all in one. So the overall quality I find is better. It's less rushed, right? I'm not like the night before, like, oh, I have to send this email out. There's a little bit more time to think about what I want to do. I will also say peace of mind. When I know and I've only been doing this about 6 months, when I know that the content, 75-80% of my content is done, right? And let's just say hypothetically on Wednesday of this week, I know for 3 weeks I'm set, which leaves my brain time to focus on my clients and focus on my admin and focus on my strategy and whatever else I need to do. And it's not that constant gnawing thing, over my head, like, did you get the email? Did you get the post ready? Did you get the video done right? And so on. So this is a huge one. And I will also say, lastly, a time to reflect and review. Really, if you're actually, only every 3 weeks, once I get to that third week, I take a look at what's happened over the last 4 weeks, and I can see what's working, what's not working. And it also allows me to see, for example, let's say with a certain video, let's say I want to add a little tagline at the end that I've been missing, I can continue to like tweak where I was. And I think it's harder to do that when you're not looking at a body of work, when you're just looking at one, right? It kind of gives you sort of an overview of what's actually happened. And so then you can kind of have a better, more objective place to, because you've got a little distance from the content, and you can objectively realize, oh, wait, I forgot to, ask people to subscribe or something like that, or ask them to download something, whatever that is for you. And I think that looking over like a number of pieces of content can kind of give you new direction for the following month. It's really, honestly, for me, it's the only way to go. And there's so many benefits that I benefited from. I hope this I hope this video was helpful for you. Please, you should subscribe. I encourage you and welcome you to subscribe if you are a service provider and you want to learn more about marketing and sales for your business. I hope you'll do that. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next Thursday when the next video will be published. All right, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.